welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most.
Alright, so before we go any further, this story takes us into beautiful Hanover in Jamaica. It is on the northwest tip of the island. It is part of the county of Cornwall, bordered by St. James in the east and Westmoreland, beautiful Westmoreland in the south. A little bit of geographical knowledge so you know exactly what part of Jamaica I'm talking about. Beautiful Hanover that used to be so peaceful. Hanover is actually also known as, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the second smallest parish on that Caribbean island. Now, the story that we're going to talk about is somewhat heart-wrenching, but it's another one of those dasher stories coming from a beautiful place. Here we go.
Them dash with a shopkeeper here over music. Alright, the headline, I'm taking this whole story from the Star, and of course I'm going to expound upon it. So, Sandy Bay Police in Hanover says that they have now taken 2 security guards into custody in connection with the of a shopkeeper in Hopewell in the parish a couple of mornings ago. 2 security guards. Our people, like, we have no sense of how to resolve conflicts without violence. See, that's one of the stuff that I foster here. I'm going to tell you the whole story, but that's one of the stuff that I foster here on SouFLoTV. The ability to disagree with someone but still respect them. And I always said everyone is welcome to SouFLoTV as long as you keep it respectful. No need to tell nobody about up under them mother. No need to use no derogatory terms. No need to use no foul language. No drop no F-bombs. Don't do no BBC, RC. Nothing. There's no need for that. You can express yourself using, there are so many words in the English language. You can, or patois, you can use all those words to express yourself. And then at the end of the day, the most important thing is respecting someone else's point of view, even if it's different from yours. You know what I'm saying? Our society at large has an issue, especially us Jamaicans. You know them say we head hot, we steamy, we blood boil easy. But that's if you want to believe that and live that stereotype. Because it doesn't have to really be that. More of us need to learn how to resolve conflicts without resorting to violence. Sandy Bay Police in Hanover taking 2 security guards into custody. The deceased has been identified as Miguel Musselman Brevet of Pond Peace in Hopewell. Reports by the police are that 7 a.m. Brevet, aka Musselman, and the 2 guards got involved in an argument allegedly over music system. So again, I'm taking this from the Star, and that's the brother them call Musselman. He's the one that, as we say, get dashed with. Right? That's Musselman. Moment of silence, and we move along. Right? So reports by the police are that around 7 a.m. Brevet, which is Musselman, and the 2 guards, they got into some kind of an argument over the music system, and during the dispute, Brevet and the 2 men were standing along the Pond Peace main road in the vicinity of Hopewell Seventh-day Adventist Church when knives were drawn. Brevet, aka Musselman, was stabbed multiple times. He fell to the ground while the 2 accused men jumped in a motor vehicle and drove to the Sandy Bay police station and handed themselves over to the police immediately. They didn't go on the run. Them just dash for the man and turning themselves. Now, kudos to them for turning themselves in. But if you had the wherewiths about you, the cool, calm, and collectiveness about you to actually do it, and then jump in a motor vehicle and drive, go straight to the popos, then you should have had the wherewiths to let certain things go. You know what? Me a cut. I tackle myself from around here so before anything get out of control. Of course, there are other people saying he was not the type to harm anybody, but he was the first one that drew a knife. I don't know if it's true. And they drew their knives in self-defense. He's no longer here to talk about it. Dead man tell no tales. And if they're claiming self-defense and they drove straight to the police station, will only add credibility to their side of the story. And with him not being able to tell his side of the story, I'm willing to bet that without eyewitnesses to testify, that they will be able to beat this case. He fell to the ground. The two accused jumped in a vehicle and drove to the Sandy Bay police station and handed themselves over to the police immediately. Over the past 3 months, 6 persons have been killed in Hopewell and the surrounding communities. And residents say they are now very concerned because the violence in that area is getting out of hand. 6 persons in that one little area and their surrounding communities. You see what I'm saying? I'm not telling no lie. Mr. Reporter, the state of public emergency in Hanover now help we out one bit. One community member who gave his name as Robert told the Star, I just what they and them kill a youth in a square, in a him bus, and then another one in a bamboo. The man them come with the state of emergency and then 3 more youth dead like a bird during the state of emergency. So where the soldier and the police them there for? So in other words, what he's saying is that soldier and police full up the place, claiming they're there for a state of emergency, but people are dropping like flies just the same. So their presence is not helping anyways. He added, see it there? Them stab up Muslim. Him is a good youth. Him don't give trouble. Him barely even talk to people. Him is just a youth who start him liquor shop, mind him own business. Robert also criticized that he considered the lack of presence of the joint security forces. Me not see no police in the day. None at all. The only time we see them is at night time when them a drive round and a lock down people business place, he said. Since the start of the year, 17 persons have been murdered in Hanover. 17 dash way in Hanover. Hanover used to be so quiet. Hanover used to be one of the places that you could say, alright, Jamaica heat up, but Hanover is definitely one of the places we can go to chill out because nothing on go on that's all. Not anymore. Since the start of the year, 17 persons, let that sink in. January, February, March, April, May, and we're in June. And 17 persons have been get dashed in Hanover so far. So the need for conflict resolution continues. Without violence, that is. We're just a kill off for one another. For simple stuff too. For stuff that we're going to look back later on and say that wasn't necessary. That could have been handled a different way. Another mother will cry. Probably another child will be fatherless. Another family will mourn. Brother, sister, cry. Father, mother, grandparents, all affected when this stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? And nobody cares. Really. because we don't really care about each other anymore. Long gone are the days when we used to actually care about each other and care about life itself. Now I don't know if the people them feel like say when you stab up somebody or shoot up somebody, like them come back in a different scene or something, like, you know, like some movie stuff. They come back in a different scene, or they'll come back a few years from now in a different country or something. They're gone forever. Forever. Rest up well, muscle man. So you go. I don't know if you draw your knife first or nothing. Me hear from both sides. I hear people say him draw the knife first because him get choked. And then I hear people say he's a quiet, innocent guy that never mash ants and even hardly even talk to people and blah blah blah. So I wasn't there. I don't know. It's all alleged. Alright? But we'll see what happens. Leave your comment in the comment section below. And if you come from that area and you know Muscle Man well, leave something in there so we can kind of get to know the personality of the individual. I'm out. Peace.